Hello everyone! So as we know, I've uploaded my first video and I think it went well. I've gotten a couple comments. I've had new subscribers, which is kind of exciting. This episode, so far right now, I'm just mining and it's going to be kind of just a compilation of stuff with voiceovers because it took a long time to film. But yeah, so I'm basically just going to be building kind of my big house and decorating it for Christmas and doing some mining. So enjoy! Ah! That was rude. As you will soon start to see, I am just kind of building a big old tower. That's mainly just so I know how to get back to my mine, so I kind of know where it is, and you can see my render distance is terrible because my game is so laggy. But yeah, I swear I just did it so I could keep track of where the mine was. I'm sorry it's so ugly. And here I started to gather wood to start the house, and kind of got distracted because it ended up becoming night, so I was fighting a bunch of mobs, and then, noticed a hole in the ground, so I ended up filling that up, which you'll see in a little bit. I was here, I'm just making my little hut to stay in overnight, and I was planning on making a bed, but I only killed one sheep, so that was a little bit unfortunate, so I just made a door, kind of did like the little hut, wrote down the coordinates, and you'll see me kind of going back and forth to the little hut and my main little hut. And then I ended up updating my hut, and soon you'll meet Jimothy. Here I noticed little foxes, so I decided I was going to try to give one a piece of chicken. Did it just die? Oh my god. Have some chicken! Yay. And here you'll see me trying to just basically wait out the night because I'm too scared of playing because it's normal mode and I'm a bit of a wuss and I usually play on peaceful. So I'm just kind of trying to wait out the night until it's daytime so I can get more trees and then head back to the house. It's raining. Oh, I love you. And that is how we met Jimothy, spelled G-I-M-O-T-H-E-E. Jimothy, the best dog in town. So from here, I decided it was time to, you know, get some resources, maybe get ready for a big trip to start going and getting wood to start building the big house. But, I accidentally let Jimothy stand up, and I'm too scared to let the dog die, so I don't let them really leave the house. But I do occasionally during the daytime for little walks, as one does. But yeah, so I had to reposition him there and then give him a stern talking to for a little bit, as you can see. And then I ended up going outside and noticed that the pond beside my house was very, very ugly. So after cutting down wood, I decided it was time to clean it up and make it a little bit spiffier. Then, after the pond was looking all new and spiffy, I decided it was time to use my new made axes and put them to the test to cut down a bit more wood of birch wood. And I think I decided I was going to replace the floor in my house. And I decided I was going to do stripped birch logs facing vertically. I just thought that would look kind of cool. It's something I do for my houses a lot, and I think it would look kind of cute for the little starter house. Plus, it doesn't really matter what kind of floor I have because I'm kind of limited in what I can use. But yeah, so all of this is kind of just me cutting down the trees. I'm collecting a little bit of leaves because I know I want to make a big Christmas tree eventually. Plus, I hate cutting down those big trees because it takes so long. So if you cut down the leaves, it's just easier to know, if you're missing anything, and that way you're not freaking out when your tree is still half floating in the air. Biggest pet peeve. I also didn't have a whole lot of space for another chest, so I decided I was going to put one chest hidden underneath my chest, which is a really cool idea because, it's kind of hidden and whatever, but I did completely forget when I ended up signing back on this world because I was like, man, I really thought I had a lot more stuff, and then it took me like halfway through the game to realize I did, and it was just in the chest hidden underneath my chest. And then here I just tried to reorganize my chest a little bit because I got kind of annoyed by it, but as you'll see later on, it didn't last very long. And then here's just a very fast forwarded version of me cutting down trees, kind of running around, getting distracted, and going back and forth to my house here and my house in my little hut. But yeah, I've just kind of been cutting down wood, trying to collect a lot of resources, getting saplings so I can plant them later on. And yeah, you'll see a lot of that. And yeah, you kind of get the gist of it. And then I ended up going back to my house and then started planting some more spruce trees, which you'll see later on. And what you're seeing right now is me back at my house, clearing out a lot of space. I have planted a bunch of spruce trees and they have grown. And after many, 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 many hours of cutting trees, I finally have a bunch to finally start working on the house. And you will see that the screen is slightly weird. I'm sorry about that. I didn't think about it while I was filming, but I am using a reference photo that will be linked in the description. And I'll also pop a picture up eventually here once I start to lay out the foundation for it. But yeah, so I'm just kind of clearing out space, turning the stone back into dirt. And I made a bunch of tools. I went mining a little bit, got some iron just to get prepared. But yeah, been a long project. It took me about 6 hours to gather all the resources and build the house. So yeah, enjoy. I'm just kind of clearing the space here, and then I'll pop in a picture of the reference that I'm using, just so you kind of have an idea of what the house will look like. So this is the reference photo I used to build. I used a little bit different blocks, but So as some pillagers were paying me a visit, I was laying down some cobble to see how big the house would be, and just starting to build the house following the picture that I showed you guys earlier, just with different blocks and kind of different ideas in some ways. And I'm just cutting the clip so it's a little bit easier to see, but I ended up finishing the first level of the walls, and I'm just going and finishing up the top level and doing that kind of stuff. I made like the little balcony outside, and then I'll cut to the roof. I'm thinking like I could do like all the floors maybe stripped spruce logs, like looking like that, or maybe I could do the stripped oak logs, which would look like that. It would look like that, or I could do them stripped sideways and I'll have them going the same direction, which would be either that or that. I'll let you guys decide in the comments what you think would look good. Obviously for the kitchen and stuff like that I might change it up, but yeah. I know it's a little bit boring floor up here. But yeah, I'll let you guys decide on that. So I'll maybe make a poll, whether you want stripped spruce wood and stripped oak wood, and then whether you want it vertical or horizontal. This one's the horizontal, the other one was the vertical. Okay. And over here I'm just getting some materials and clearing out some land so I can build the Christmas tree. Right now I'm just kind of putting dirt down, making a little bit more space, and then eventually you'll see me hop onto a boat and I go get more wool just so I can make the ornaments, and I'm eventually going to put candy canes by the front of the house, which ended up looking really cute, and you'll see that in a little bit. But yeah, I'm just starting on the Christmas tree. I got a couple more leaves earlier, and I ended up getting more later on in the video, which you'll see somewhat soon. But yeah, so I used some of the oak leaves that I had. I was originally going to use spruce leaves, but I felt like it would be a little bit brighter if I used the oak leaves, since usually spruce leaves are what's used. But since the rest of the house is spruce, I figured it'd kind of brighten it up because, you know, this holiday ain't exactly cheery for everybody. So yeah. And then here I built the candy canes just at the front, and I think they actually turned out pretty well. It's the first time I've actually really made candy canes, I think, and I didn't look up any pictures or anything. I just kind of went with it, and I'm happy with how it turned out, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, we forgot a part.
And in the newfound information that I had missed some cobblestone, I went strip mining to try to get some and figured, hey, I'll look for some diamonds too, and surprisingly for once was successful.
Yo! We did it, boys! Our first set of diamonds at 3 a.m. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy guacamole, that's a lot!
I then returned back to my humble home and finished the roof, and was finally done the outside of the house, for the most part anyways. And since I had finally finished most of the outside of the house, other than like the little sitting area and maybe a couple little decorations to make it look a little bit prettier, I was completely done. I did put in glass, and yeah, I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys next week. Or maybe earlier, we'll see. Bye.